Good morning, kids. Today we're going to start our lesson on coding and animation. So in this lesson, we are learning to familiarize ScratchJr user interface and its coding blocks. What I'm looking for. I can name the parts of ScratchJr user interface. I can identify the different coding blocks in ScratchJr. Let's have a recall. In our last lesson, we talked about algorithm wherein we learned about it as a step-by-step instructions that you follow to complete a task. How do we use algorithms in this lesson? Algorithms are used in coding. Because Scratch is about animation and coding, we are going to implement algorithms in ScratchJr through coding. What is coding? Watch this video to learn or have an idea about coding.
On a computer, you can do all sorts of things: play games, do homework, or talk to friends. All these things are done using computer programs. But what are programs made from? Computer programs are made out of their own special language called code.
Please what, Mr. Mouse?
A computer can't think for itself, and you can't talk to it like a person. It needs computer programs so it knows what to do.
Step 100. Backwards.
Code is made out of words and numbers. Sometimes it is made from words you already know. You can learn how to put these words in order so the computer understands what to do.
Step 10. Forwards.
You can change the numbers and the words to choose what happens in your own program. There are lots more things you can do. It is your code, so you can choose. It's up to you and your imagination.
So what is coding? Coding is writing instructions for a computer to follow or process. In ScratchJr, you can code your own interactive stories and games through step-by-step instructions or algorithms. Step-by-step instructions are represented by coding blocks. In ScratchJr, coding blocks are categorized into 6 different categories. We have the trigger blocks, represented by the yellow blocks. We have motion, represented by the blue blocks. We have looks, shown in purple blocks, sound in green blocks, and control, represented in orange blocks. In Scratch, all blocks should end with red blocks, and this is represented by the concept of stop or end. Here are some examples of coding blocks as instructions in ScratchJr. Move right, up, turn right, repeat, say, and start green flag. In Scratch, sequencing is also an important part to determine the order of blocks. All blocks in Scratch should begin with the yellow block. In between the yellow and the red block, you can put any kinds of blocks. May it be purple, blue, green, or orange. And this depends on the instructions or algorithms that you have to give for your object or characters to move. Now everything begins in Scratch by knowing the user interface. When you open Scratch, you will see the ScratchJr user interface. This is the environment where you interact with. The Scratch user interface has the save or home button represented by the home icon. Below it, you can find the characters panel. This panel contains all the objects or characters that you will use in your animation. Beside the characters panel, you can see the stage where the animation will happen. Then you have the pages panel. This panel contains all the pages or scene that you want to use in Scratch. And we have the blocks categories, where it contains the different kinds of blocks from yellow to red. When you click any category, like in this case, we're clicking blue, you will see beside it the blocks palette. And for you to be able to create an animation in Scratch, you need to drag those blocks from the blocks palette into the programming area. To change the background of your stage, you can use the Change Background button. For you to be able to see your animation, you will need the round button represented by the green flag. Let's try coding in ScratchJr.